Today, it's kind of an example of what trading looks like for a beginner trader. I want to talk about a few things about today's session, but at the same time, when I get to the end in my head, I realize what for, like, what are we trying to accomplish with this? Like, I'm trying to find some lesson from today's session, and then all comes down to one concept: don't trade reversals. I have been talking about how I don't like to trade reversals for about 9 days. What I'm trying to say with 9 days, it's since I started doing this. And it's because one, I'm not too good at it, and two, it's a standard knowledge that reversals have lower probabilities than any other price action. The thing is that we will see how price was very close to my target. I was around 3 points to pass one of the account, but it's not, I think it's not a crazy thing what happened. It's just the actual trading in raw material. I was thinking, well, it's a big loss. I didn't pass the account today, but it might be a good content for today recap video. But then I was thinking, well, passing the account and talking about how I passed the account, it's also a good content for the YouTube channel. I only took one trade today. It was close to target. It ended up reversing and stopping me out after 45 minutes in that trade. So I was not able to pass the account today, and we will have to wait until next week. As of now, the best we can do is take a look at today's trade. Different from previous day this week, we didn't get that crazy move at the opening. We have NQ taking low of day, and also it took yesterday's sell side liquidity form after launch, and we have a nice reversal, 3 candle reversal, all 3 candle closing closest to its high. However, ES was holding a little, so I was waiting for more information to define a trend. I didn't like how ES reversed around here after NQ took yesterday close, but one thing I didn't take into account was ES doing a higher low, respecting low of day, and reversing aggressively heading to high of day. That, in my opinion, it's a very bullish move, but somehow it didn't convince me. And the reason I'm talking about that higher low on ES, it's because I'm thinking that's all I needed to decide to go for more upside instead of looking for reversals. I know that after things already happen, it's easy to talk about it, but I was looking at this inverse fair value gap and I like it for more upside. And if I would have entered here, I would have hit my target in this leg or even in this one, and I never get stop out, not even after. And why this inverse fair value gap? Why this? Why not any other? Well, because that's after, just after price did higher low, after ES did a higher low and started to reverse. Now look how the 5 minute it's looking. Now price took high of day, pull back, and that's here. It did a pullback, and then it closed above, hit it, and then rally. Did a small pullback, and again, even though we have to consider that all this was balanced, price was trading in a range. So honestly, anything inside this, it's very difficult and quiet and slow and sideways. However, I will tell you what happened to me. I was looking at the 5 minute, and because of ES, because of this pullback, this big pullback on ES, and when I say big, it's because it wasn't that big on NQ, so it was big on ES for me. Now I was thinking that, well, there might be sellers around here. I have to be careful. We are close to all-time high and we are balanced. We did a strong rally here, but nothing here. And I switched to the 1 minute. When I switched to the 1 minute, I saw this spikes, and then this candle close here. It tried again, and then it started to drop a little, like no continuation. I like that for more reversal. I guess if I like that for more reversal, it was because I was bored or I was emotionally involved in the fact that I wanted to pass the account. So I switched looking for confirmation to what I wanted price to do. So I saw this swing high, previous high of day. We took it once, we failed. Now we are taking it twice, fail again. This candle it's closing, this is a down close candle, fail, and then this one it's closing close to its low. So I decided to enter below this 5-minute candle, which is in this candle. So I enter here, and after I enter, look what price did. When I saw price doing this, first something came to my mind. It's I'm doing a reversal, I'm inside a range balance price action, and this started to move against me immediately. 3 things against me right away. When I saw this, most part of me, 90% of me, knew that I made a mistake. And I could say the mistake is my entry or my stop loss or my target or not taking profit. But I think I avoid all that if I just name the mistake entering in a reversal in a counter trade. If I avoid enter in a counter trade, especially with so much contract, with that big order, I'm not saying that I don't want to avoid counter trade at all costs. I'm just saying that until I don't understand that they are lower probabilities, and that if I think I see something that I like from the downside, I could try. But that should be only, I should be entering those trades only with 1/10 of what I normally trade. Like, you want to do it, you want to do a counter trade, you think you can figure it out, you think you can pick up the top or the bottom, do it. But enter with risk $10 to make 15, to make 20, do it. It's fine. But lower the risk. Not only lower the risk in counter trade, also lower the risk in setups that you know there are no A+ setups. Lower the risk. I need to learn when to lower the risk if I want to be present almost every day. Why? Because every day we won't find an A+ setup, and then if we don't find an A+ setup, then we need to lower the risk. That's what I need to learn, and that's what I think the only way this week becomes a successful week is if I understand that concept. That's what I'm dealing right now, knowing how to treat different trades different. But that was my trade. I enter here, my stop loss was a high of the day. That's the other thing with counter trade. We counter trade because you have a good level for stop loss. It make you feel like the trade has higher it made me feel like the trade has higher probability of working. For example, if I decided to enter here, around here, for more downside, let's say we take any swing low, like here we took this swing low, here we took this one. Let's say I decided to enter here for more upside, which is the right decision actually, but we'll talk about that later. If I decide to enter here, where do I place my stop loss? Because price easily can take any of these swing lows and then continue higher. See, if I enter here for my downside, I put my stop loss here, and look how my mind think how much I have to win. Because if this is actually going to reverse, we're going for low of day. So look how much I have. Now, if I try to enter here for more upside, the safest stop loss, it's a low of day. Now things change because I enter here, let's say. Now, high of day, it's not even at a 0.5 to 1 trade. And that kind of, I don't know, it feels bad. But if you tell me this is a strategy, have a 70% win rate, then I'll take it. As long as we're open to really try it, if the strategy is working and if you have a higher win rate and you end up being profitable, then whatever the risk and reward is. Another dangerous thing about this trade, it's that I only needed $700 to pass the account, and with 3 contracts, $700, it's about 12 point. Actually, it's $720. And why I say that's dangerous, because the fact that it's only 12 points, somehow it made me think that NQ moved a lot, and since 12 points it's not that much, even if I'm wrong, there's a higher chance that I get lucky and price hit my target. I truly believe that in trading we need luck, but I don't think we should, in the equation when we are going to take a trade, we fill the equation with different things. I don't think luck should take a big portion of that equation, even if it actually take 90%, and everything you're thinking, all your opinions and your strategy and buyers are here, or supply and demand, or level, everything, even if all of that it's a lie, and that trade or those trade just work because of pure luck, I think it's very important for us to have confidence in what we do and don't rely too much in luck. But it's also very important to be well aware how important luck is in this industry. The only thing left is to see how price continue pushing higher even after taking out all-time high. Price reached all-time high, and I get this feeling that okay, it's now time to reversal. And one thing I have learned is that price usually move more than what people expected to, but after a huge move, instead of thinking of entering for more continuation, I guess we all start thinking that it's time to reverse, and I don't think that's the right approach. And the other thing is today execution. Here's my entry, 3 contracts are 401, and then I got stop out here before hitting high of day because of the daily limit loss, $1,200. And that was it for today. Only one trade. I know it would have been kind of nice to pass the account after exactly 2 weeks, 10 days, but it is what it is. And even though I am total responsible for whatever happened here, I have to deal with whatever it's prepared for me. So if it wasn't meant to pass the account this week, then I will try next week. One thing for sure, the only thing for sure, is that I will never quit. I keep saying that all the accounts are alive, but honestly one of them it's almost about to hit limit loss. So I promise that next week I will either finish that account or make sure I put it close to the target. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope I see you next week.